heard their explosion.
Well, with a day on the case, there's probably going to be one.
Yes.
Yeah, what's that song called that has cannons as the percussion?
1812
1812
Overture.
1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky.
Good old.
Yeah, that'll be,
Oh,
yeah, that'll be playing when the explosions occur.
I know we have a feeling we just found Idea's like theme music. It's her own personal soundtrack.
Well, except it's the last like 5 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm.
Even better, everything was going along smoothly until suddenly.
Until suddenly Idea.
Dave's usually not blowing things up, but she definitely does have a history of watching things interact in crazy ways and enjoying it thoroughly. Fabricate arrowheads. What more can I say?
The group
Miss
comes
and her were
in,
both loving that.
has all these arrowheads and the crystal, brings it over, comes into proximity with the dark magic, and then it just pans back, showing the entire city of Diamond. Then the build up, and the build up, and then in the palace area it explodes.
Have any of you guys seen the Baldur's Gate 3 video of 4 halfling barbarians?
Nope.
It's great.
No.
The ending ends with a boom. Series of booms, actually.
Oh, all right.
I don't have a feeling that we're going to see it's the end of the world as we know it. The world as we know it.
And I feel fine.
All right. Well, I think we ought to get started.
Yes.
That might already be true, actually.
I got like 2 pages of notes here for last session.
Nice.
But basically, last session, the three of the 4 core party members traveled to the palace and went to saw the Fisher King, who was basically a living corpse. They're doing a bit of a physical and magical detections. It was discovered that necromancy is currently affecting the Fisher King. And in effort to learn more about this, Erden pulled out the drum to see if there was anything they could do, only to discover Taliesin was gone. The 3 eventually left and decided to have a party meeting to discuss what the party was going to do. Meanwhile, Adea was learning well the things that she was being taught, but not knowing how to apply them correctly. The party met that evening over dinner, whereupon it was decided that when the party is done with this island, we will try for a 3rd time to get to the Library of Alexandria. But before that, we are going to see if a theory Tong has heard of will work. That brings us to the current session where we just had a long rest.
If I remember correctly, the plan was Adea was going to go do her work and learning, and then afterwards we were going to go visit the Fisher King.
Yes.
That is correct.
Okay, so what's our plan?
Dea is going to go do her second day of work and learning, and then we are going to go visit the Fisher King with, whatever crazy ideas we have.
And with an iron arrowhead and the wild magic crystal.
At the very least.
Sorry, one more time. We'll see if my brain can actually function.
First, Adea will be going to her second day of learning how they do diamond cutting around here.
Okay.
Second, we will go to see the Fisher King and enact whatever plans we may be able to come up with, which may include an iron arrowhead or the wild magic necklace, among other things. Or both.
As with glee.
Okay.
You basically need to find a box to keep things, to keep them from interacting with other magic items, because I'm running out of ways to hold dangerous interacting items away from each other.
You just
I
are.
Is
only have
anything-
two right now, though.
Is anyone wanting to do anything this night? This evening?
No.
No.
Nope.
I think we're good there.
Okay, so the day wants to go back to learn things, and then I don't know why I'm having a blank on the second thing. I keep catching the Idea thing, but the second one is just like not sticking.
We're gonna visit the Fisher King as a
Visit
group.
the fit as a group.
And
Okay.
we may decide to throw iron arrowheads or wild magic necklaces at it, or both.
Okay.
Or something else.
Both items basically heavily involve Idea, though, because of what it is that we'll be using is her expertise.
I may try to get your pearl to involve in this. Maybe it can absorb the terrible magic.
Necromancy in it?
Or maybe not.
Honestly, with the mental state that Brina's in right now, I highly doubt that she'd put up that much of a fight, sadly. I'd be mad about it later, but probably wouldn't put up terribly much of a fight.
I kind of wonder how bad for your health it would be to carry around a pearl that has necromantic magic.
You wonder how bad that would be.
It's probably banned in California for cancer.
Mary, high or low? What did you say?
Hi.
Okay.
My apologies, my husband was making me laugh.
No, you're good.
I know, it'll probably end up being like the One Ring, slowly eating away at you.
I don't want to know what Brina would be like on the One Ring. Thank you very much.
She'd be like Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, probably.
Marco, high or low?
Low.
I should be nervous you're asking this, shouldn't I?
No, it'll be totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Dominic, high or low?
Low.
All right. So,
Arthur doesn't get out of fire?
Maybe your
I
pearl is already gotten involved.
I only needed 3 things
Right.
It's gonna be
for
fun.
right now. If I need another high or low roll, he's gonna be the one who helps with
Oh no.
it. Okay. So, you finish your meals, plans made up, and then you go to bed. All right. Brina,
Mm-hmm.
you do not sleep well. You
Hey, I
have,
wonder why.
I mean, yeah, you've got all these just like dreams that they're just, you go in and out of being able to remember things. Taliesin keeps popping in and out and vanishing. It's just very unsettled, and when you wake up, you can't remember the dreams, but you're very, very tired. You're not suffering from exhaustion yet,
Mhm.
but you're probably on the brink. It's like you've been tossing and turning all night, and you made it to REM sleep, but it was not as restful as you'd have liked.
Gotcha.
Ernan, you also have very unsettled dreams. um, basically, it's like you're having. They feel very realistic, and like you keep trying to talk to Taliesin, but he keeps turning his back on you and walking away. And then you're like, fine, I'll talk to the gods. But then the gods aren't answering you. And you're like, what is happening? Why is everyone ignoring me? And then everything's on fire. And then you wake up and those dreams are starting to fade really, really fast. And you've also got this on the brink of exhaustion, you didn't sleep well kind of thing. Rada didn't have it quite as bad. She was very restless. And it was mostly that just like her thoughts were racing, like she couldn't just shut up her brain and sleep properly. Too much is going on and nothing makes sense. And the idea of there being necromancy out there being used is very unsettling. Um, Tong's not quite that bad. Had unsettled dreams mostly about the necromancy and not understanding how this could possibly be happening right now, and it's driving her mad. But she was at least able to sleep mostly.
Among other things.
Um, Adea slept just fine. She's not bothered. She's so excited to learn new things, and she's like, I mean, the necromancy's not great, but I mean, it's not doing anything to me now, so it's fine, right?
She hasn't witnessed it firsthand yet either.
She's never encountered it. She doesn't know what it feels like, so she's in for a fun day. But she doesn't know that.
I think she's in for a fun day with all the learning, and we're gonna go mess around with magic, but
Yeah.
maybe not the fun that she thinks she's in for.
So, that's how you wake up.
I have a feeling Idea, like, because Idea and Brina are bunking in the same room, and I have a feeling that Idea, like, pops out of bed and excited for the day, and Brina's just like,
And I think for the sake of not having to drag around an NPC, Sean's really busy on Wednesdays, so if he ever does join, it's going to be like once in a blue moon kind of thing. So for right now, he's just not there, and you may have totally imagined him. You're not entirely sure. You wake up and he's not there, and you're like,
Man, he was gonna be my arrowhead thrower.
I know. Tooth also slept well, for the most part. Like, again, the necromancy is not really bothering him at this point because he didn't witness it firsthand, but he's also aware it's not a good thing. So he's just kind of like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it until, it's going to force me
No, I
to
have
lose sleep over it. Yeah. He's mostly losing sleep over the fact that he's running out of rocks.
Yeah, fair enough.
What dribbling?
You can't put diamonds in people's shoes.
Look at this guy.
I just want to cut their feet. What is Elvis doing
Like-
now?
Just flopped.
Lopcat.
Sometimes he'll do that, like, there'll just be this heavy boom, and I'm like, are you okay? You do nothing with your life. You should not be carrying this much around.
But he's a cat.
I know. He doesn't get his wet food. He thinks he's starving to death. I mean, look at this thing. Does that look like something that's starving to death?
No.
Skin and bones. Skin and bones.
Mother, do not ask the opinions of the humans.
You know that they won't side with me, who was, of course, right.
Oh, anyway. All right. So, Idea, how much time do you want to spend at the workshop?
We do have to get together, and we planned this with what? Rada and Tong to go this time around?
Oh, okay, so it's just the two of them going today?
With Adea.
No.
Oh, with Idea.
No, so it was.
I know Tong was going.
No,
No, Erden and Rada were going. Tong and Brina weren't.
Oh, I thought we convinced her to go for magical investigation.
But after the fact, Arthur had thought of Tong probably ending up going because she wants to see if her theory is proved correct, as well as being the most knowledgeable on the subject to be able to offer any
That's
feedback.
right. It was a post-session discussion.
Yeah, it was a post-session discussion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it's gonna take, like, an actual persuasion to get her to go.
And whether that's a roleplay persuasion or a skill check persuasion.
Oh, it'd be a combo. I'd have to hear what you say to convince her, and then see if you can,
Get Tong to go.
yeah, if you want her to go. The other option is that you go without her. If things fail, you can be like, hey, we really need you. Like, look, we've tried everything at this point, which may add to your persuasion, because right now, you might not have much of a foot to stand on.
Might not. Yeah, this is largely dependent on how long a day it wants to take.
I was gonna ask if the other people, if we think that the other people who would have been going would have set a time for her to come out, or if it would have just been, in the afternoon we'll go whenever Adea shows up.
Well, it is breakfast, so you can discuss that now that you've realized you did not discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're cutting diamonds today, and then after we cut the diamonds, we're gonna go visit the Fisher King. Do you guys have a plan on when we're going to go visit the Fisher King?
Ernest just barely looks up from his food and just says, I'm not going. And just looks back down.
Dea looks at Rada.
Yeah, I was, well, I'd assume so that Rod is not sitting eating by herself.
Well, at the very least, Brina did.
I mean, our last meeting we had with Rada and kind of close enough to the stable, so I'd figure if we need to have a discussion.
Yeah.
But maybe it was just breakfast. But yeah, we got. If we didn't, then I'm going to go ask Rada since Eridan's.
You'll be able to ask Breen at the same time because I'm pretty sure I would have gone out to make sure that Rada wasn't eating by herself. I'm probably still toting around the drum. Like, the drum is kind of now attached to me, I guess.
He will come back.
I can hope he can come back. I mean, like, seeing him flitting around in the dreams is probably making her cling to it even more, so.
Fair, fair.
How long do you need?
To learn or to throw magic interactable items at the Fisher King?
To learn.
There's never enough time to spend on learning things. But then again, I only get so much time before our host and comes home from work, so maybe we should, be back for dinner. I don't know.
I would say at the end of the workday at the latest, but noon at the earliest.
I'm gonna
You give
say
me till the end of the workday, I will take it.
So say Tooth's gonna be out there too, just because he wants to get away from the kids. And he's just kind of looking at you guys and goes, "Why don't you just go visit the king first, and then just let Idea spend the rest of her time at the workshop?"
That is a good point.
Just sounds easier because if you're giving Idea an option, she's gonna lean towards the work rather than the king.
Excellent point, Tooth. We are going now.
We're off to see the Fisher King.
So,
Brick road.
What?
Follow the diamond brick road.
Yeah. Brina's gonna like look around at her companions like, who else going?
Daya's probably already halfway out the door. She doesn't know where she's going, but
Daya, wait. Curb your enthusiasm. Who else is coming with us?
Eridan said he's not coming.
What about Tom? Where's Tong at the moment? Like, I'm assuming she's eating.
Well, the thing is that Tong is habitually not a morning person.
Good point.
She's probably not even awake yet.
I take it Tooth is
I-
not going to go, so
I mean, I can go if you need me to. Do you need me?
Who was my throwing arm? Somebody was gonna help me make sure that we got our stuff accurately close to the Fisher King. Pretty sure about this.
Tooth just rolled a 20. We're circumference. I need you guys to all roll me an intelligence check to see if you know who he's talking about.
Ouch. That's a 2. Plus 5. 7.
Wait, so that's 2 natural 2s.
Why are the dice in the roll tray?
What was this check again?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
As a total of 4.
6.
We've been hit hard. I don't know. Did he have a good arm?
He's tall. Kind of round. Not really round. He should have been round. Good dude. He was from the north. He was from Caledonia. You don't remember him at all? Dark hair, blue eyes.
I remember the prince in the Kimry camp that was from Caledonia who taught us sword fighting.
He showed up in the middle of the night, right before Tong almost got eaten by a toad.
It wasn't night before Tong got eaten by a toad.
It did get dark. Got dark during my watch.
I like how Ern's not even here. He's just eating with absolutely no realization that circumference exists.
I'm just staring at Tooth. It's like, I don't.
Did somebody else mention forgetting a thing to some point yesterday?
You're being affected by the Fisher King. We gotta go. We can go fix this now. Come on. Wait, hold on. I gotta check something. He's gonna run inside. Erden, do you know who Circumference is?
Who?
Like BFF. He's gone. No one remembers him. You guys are forgetting. We have to go to the Fisher King now.
You mean lunch?
No, lunch is lunch. I'm talking about Circumference, the human knight from Caledonia. He was gonna throw things for Idea today, and now he's gone.
Like, Brina's like wandered in after Tooth because she's a little bit alarmed by this, and also she was thinking like I can go and ask Tong if she's going, but I'm like, going to throw things for Idea.
Do you have something of his to prove it, or?
Why do I have a feeling that
She's gonna pull it out of the bag.
No, just his friendship.
I bit his like I can just imagine Tooth yelling that at us, like trying to get us to understand. I bit his finger.
I bit his finger.
Okay, Tooth. I will say this. It may be possible that we've forgotten something. However, if we've noticed about things about the forgetting locally, there's generally some form of proof. Like, some people may not remember their wedding, but they're definitely married to someone because they're right there. So if its circumference is real, even if we forgot him, he should still be here.
He's going to Tong's room.
Uh-oh.
Always because I'm scared for Tooth's life as well as wanting to talk to Tong.
Tong, I need you to wake up. We have a problem.
Does he just like burst into the room?
Yes. Of course he does. That's true. There's no consideration for anyone else.
Alright, so, when he enters or when he and Brina enter the room, yeah, Dude's probably like first going to go up to the bed, thinking that's where Tong is. Bed's empty.
He's just gonna burst in the room and shout that. He's not even gonna like look for her.
And I'm standing in the doorway, trying to still be respectful of Tong's space,
Okay.
but trying to also monitor Tooth, who seems to be very visibly freaking out.
Okay. Point being, Tong's not sleeping in the bed. She's actually sleeping on the floor against a wall.
Fair enough.
What is it? It's too early.
Please tell me you know who Circumference is.
I'd laugh if it also a low roll.
This is just an intelligence check, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, right, Tong.
I
Well,
should
she
hope
has a
that Tong has.
+5 modifier.
But I hope Tong
So that would be
is
15.
like I hope
If we want to add
she
the
knows.
proficiency modifier.
All we needed was a 15. Yes, she knows who Circumference is.
Yes, I know who he is.
I'm not making this up. Everybody else has forgotten Circumference. He's just vanished, and nobody knows who he is.
Okay.
It's just like everybody here. They've all forgotten something important, and now they're getting sucked into it. We could be next, Tong.
I wouldn't mind forgetting some things. I wouldn't mind forgetting some things.
Yes, but obviously you can't pick what you forget. Somebody mentioned forgetting a wedding. Their own wedding. I mean, what if I forget I own half a winery?
You own a winery?
half of one.
Yes, half of one. With Tiberius.
Tong, may I come in?
You remember Tiberius, right?
There's no forgetting someone that large.
Like Brina's standing in the door, holding the drum, and like just asking Tong, "Do you mind if I come in? I didn't want to just rush in. Thank you. I wanted to ask if you were going to plan on going with the group to go see the Fisher King. Erden's not going, but Rada, Nidea, and apparently Tooth are all going.
Oh, he's gotta go. He's already forgotten something. We gotta fix that.
Who's going? Wait, what? What did you
Erden
say?
has to go. He's forgetting things. He can't stay.
I suppose at this point this
Um,
would be a point where I ask for persuasion.
It's going to be coming from Tooth. Brina's just asking what Tong's doing. I'm not trying to persuade her either way.
I mean,
Yeah, he's not trying to persuade her. He
Right.
probably does need to try and persuade Erden, though, because he may physically try to make her go.
I wasn't planning on it, so if I'm needed, I'll go. You know what's funny about this is that the tricksters are the ones that remembered Circumference.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever
What I
gonna
also love is the fact that Sean is not here to play his character led so beautifully into this part. Like the fact that he's just kind of disappeared and we're not sure if we dreamed him up or if most of the party doesn't even remember him. Like I love that a player's absence is playing into the storyline so beautifully. Like Sean should be proud for not being here, which is kind of weird.
Don't encourage bad D&D behavior.
Yeah,
No.
now, that being said, I don't really want to go.
I hear a pigeon.
It's the dog
It's
again.
not.
It sounds like a pigeon.
Well, I'll tell his owner next time I see them. He's a boxer. Like, he's no pigeon.
It might just be the distance combined with the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And the walls.
Because what I'm hearing is. "Oh, oh, oh."
And judging from where, like, I can tell where he's at in the apartment, kind of. So he's probably at their door. So we'll see that way.
Makes sense. All right.
Let's do the roll to persuade Tom to come.
Aridin.
No, he doesn't care if Tom's going. No, but he is gonna. When he hears this, he does storm back over to Ern and be like, "You can't just stay behind your forgetting. You need to come and get this fixed."
Actually, in the period of time that Tooth ran upstairs, Erden actually left the house.
You can
And
run
he
back
brought
into
all
the
his stuff with him, so there's no proof that he folded the bed too.
You run down into the kitchen. Where did he go?
Point Tong will come downstairs, just not even bothering to fix her bed head. Just like very tired. And so only 3 people are going. And that's how many people were there yesterday, weren't there?
Yes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go or not. I might just stay behind too.
Fine, I'll go.
You've already ruined my morning. I might as well.
You're going?
Yes. Because the scientist in me needs to have this known for future generations if it works.
You kind of see Brina like looking contemplatively, kind of like out in space in front of her. It's like, well, I think I'll go then. If you're gonna go, maybe I'll be able to figure out something with Tally with the drum. Like she can't even say his name anymore because it's just like, no.
All right. So we'll give Tong a moment to get ready. I'll have you guys head back to the palace. Rada knows where she's going, so I'm not going to see if you guys can find it. Basically, you go through the same deal as last time. The same guard is there.
Ardo.
No,
What?
That was the,
Ardo.
no, that's the guard captain.
Yeah, Ardo, the guard captain. I thought that's who she was talking about. Because you said it was the same guard as last time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But there was
That was me.
there was a
He's
lower
first
guard
order.
before that.
I didn't write his name down. What did you say I called him?
Ardal. Ardal. That was the guy that let us in to see the Fisher King. So I'm not sure if that's the one at the door,
Yes.
or if you're talking about one at the door, or if you're talking about the one in the inner sanctum, which is the personal guard to the king. That was Ardal.
So it's the same like main guard. guard from the day before, but when you give Ardell's name,
Mhm.
they'll fetch him and he'll come and get you.
Okay.
So when he comes out, he's like, "Ah, I see you brought more friends. Hopefully, they can figure this out."
If we have a few
Yes.
series that we are willing to try out.
Okay. With me. And he'll lead you back to that same throne room. That's not like the Fisher King can leave. He is stuck. Again, he'll unlock the door, open it, let you in, tell you if you need anything, just to knock, and he'll come and unlock it, let you out again. And then he'll lock you in with the throne still facing away from the main doors. Those doors, at least.
Once the door is closed, Ade will be like, all right, I propose that we throw the iron head from here if we can reach, because I have no clue how dangerous this will be.
Let's first introduce ourselves first. Before we go in doing enacting any cures.
Okay. Ade will set the necklace and the arrowhead down apart from each other near the door, so as to prevent any unfortunate accidents.
I just see like one on one, like the door frame, and then like one is on one side of the door frame, one's on the other side of the door frame on the floor.
Yep, basically.
Alright. So as you head over there, come around. Again, this is the first time that Ida and Tong and Tooth are seeing this king, but he looks like a withered husk that's been dried out from the inside. You know, he does not have the opalescent sheen or any sort of iridescence to him like everybody else does here. He looks like a corpse.
Seeing this, Tong goes from like extreme fatigue to very uncomfortable.
Yeah, can't imagine why.
After a day, shudders at seeing all of this. She's like, you said I need to introduce myself?
Rada will bow and say,
Performing the introductions.
yeah, so they we'll basically say like we have returned with some theories as to how to cure you, introduce the new people that are here, and well, explain what their or what their line of thinking is. At least when it comes to the arrowhead, she'll let Idea explain the magic crystal thing if she wants.
And if that doesn't work, if we can't absorb the magic away, then maybe we can just violently change the magic into something better. Hopefully not violently to you, just violent to the bad magic.
He's
Free
just
is regretting for life, doesn't it?
yeah, just kind of staring at you. I mean, all he can do is move his eyeballs.
We can't see the fear in his eyes.
No.
Stop you. No.
All right. So you've told him your plan and introduced yourselves. So you want to try your arrows first?
Back to the door.
Okay.
He was gonna stand as close to that door as possible.
Dale, pick up the arrowhead.
All right. I
Good.
need you to roll me an unarmed attack.
I was about to ask it, but the people around was like, before I throw this, anybody got a better throwing arm who's willing to volunteer?
Yeah, I can help you. I'm not gonna make a big
It wouldn't be much better.
Alrighty then, here we go. How's a 15?
That'll make it right next to the throne. So it lands. You get it over there, it lands. It makes a tinkling sound. It does not appear that anything has happened.
Dea waits for a moment. Maybe it's a slow reaction?
Funny because you're behind the chair, so you cannot see what the king is doing.
Should we go over there and pick it up before we throw the crystal, or should we risk putting both of them next to each other?
So
See what happened without
Idea was behind the chair, but Rada and Tong were in front of it, and you just like further.
Oh, they were still standing in front of it.
They didn't come back to the door as Adea recommended in case it was dangerous.
See, I'm gonna move my glasses. Okay, see, so you can see his eyes. You can see his eyes glance down at the arrow, look up at you, and then he just.
Tong just like makes a mental like looks at the distance between you two, writes down in her notebook like not close enough for any effect to happen, if at all.
Proximity of 2 feet does not. No reaction occurs.
Neither Rada or Tong want to move it closer.
Well, Tong doesn't want to get closer to the walking corpse.
Truthful. He's just like, oh my gosh, this is stupid. And then he walks over, picks up the arrowhead, goes in front of the king, and just like sets it in his lap. Nothing's happening. Something's supposed to happen.
we weren't sure.
He's rolling his eyes at me.
I noticed.
Well, then I guess we.
He's gonna pick the arrowhead up again. I don't think it works.
Well, that's good to know.
Alrighty. Well, let's bring that back here, and then we'll throw the crystal nearby and see what happens.
Yeah, let me get away from that. I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
So, how big is the room?
Yeah.
It's
You're still
like
in fireball range.
it's like 50 by 100 feet because we're talking like a. When it's not a throne room, it's like,
Like a court.
Yeah.
Great hall kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So we've had enough misadventures with this thing to know what the radius is, right?
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
We know not to put it in bags of holding.
Because suddenly it's not a bag of holding anymore.
I think the last time I did it, I got lucky and it stayed, but it did cause it to rain inside my bag.
Yeah, it rained inside the bag. The bag remained a bag of holding, but it rained inside the bag.
Then I had to cast Destroy Water inside the bag.
What would be really bad is if you stuck the arrowheads in the bag of holding, because then it cancels the magic and then nothing fits, and so it has to upend and isn't.
Yeah, Ade is learning not to keep things in the bag of holding that are potentially,
Magically dangerous?
magically dangerous.
I mean, it
You
could be.
do realize that for a forge cleric, you are walking a very fine line of already being a freaking artificer.
I mean, it could
That's
be
where I'm
worse.
going next.
It could be worse. The arrowheads could pierce the bag of holding.
That's true.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if we
back
bring the arrowhead back, or I can come get it.
If Tooth's already coming back here because he doesn't want to be by the magic, the crystal, he can just bring the arrow.
Yeah. And then everybody else, if you want to clear the area, now's your opportunity.
yeah, backing away from the throne, but like deeper into the room, so we can see what's happening. Versus not being able to see anything because you're behind the throne.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
This feels like the last bit of the Mythbusters episode. Like, everyone get clear. We're finally using all the explosives we bought.
Alright. Adea takes the necklace and throws it over to the throne.
Okay. All right. Roll me a D100.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 66.
All right. Those of you who want, there's this big, like, basically an explosion of bright pink light. It doesn't like harm anyone. It's just like you're blindingly flashed by hot pink light. If you want to do an Arcana check, you can. See if you can figure out what
I'm
the heck
totally doing an Arcana check.
Having Rada use guidance on Tong.
I got an 18.
18.
12.
Arcana with Tong
Okay.
is. Let me get the calculator out.
Oh gosh.
You need a calculator for that?
We need a
Either that or it's been a really long day for Arthur.
24.
All right. Tong and Idea. For whatever reason, nothing happened to him. Nothing affected him. But for the next hour, you can speak to dead people if you want. Apparently, it has radiated the necromantic powers, and now you can talk to dead things. I don't know that you want to. But everyone who got blinded by that light, or got hit by that light, so everyone in the room can talk to dead people
Yeah, so,
for an hour.
So Tong is just like holding her. So is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Can we talk to him now?
That's what I was wondering.
Maybe.
Can any of you over there see the crystal? Does it still look like it's got some energy left in it?
Is it still attached to the necklace or has it detached again?
Well, let's find out. Arthur, high or low?
Hi.
It's lost all its color. It is now just a transparent crystal.
All your hard work, Adea.
If it's done something impactful, it'll be worth it.
It didn't change anything.
I'll have to see. I've got a couple more of these. I'll have to see if the book has any way of transferring magic from one to the other. I could work it while it's empty and then move the magic. I don't know if that works though.
Alright, it's taken on that same gray hue that the Fisher King has. It's almost like
Ooh,
smoky.
okay. Or maybe it's become dangerous. I don't quite know.
Yeah, it's like. So, like, I'm assuming that we feel this kind of the change of. So, is it just Tong and Idea that can now talk to dead people, or is it any of us?
Anyone got
Any
hypnotized.
of us? Okay.
Who realized what was going on.
Okay, so Tong and Idea are the ones that realize what's going on, but even if we didn't roll high enough or Arcana-wise, do the rest of us realize that something has shifted with around us, even if the king hasn't had any effect? Like, not knowing what it is, but like that there's something different.
Let's go see if we can make history. If we can get our history firsthand.
I was gonna say, if you want to be able to figure that out, you'll have a wisdom check.
Okay.
Adeo was just gonna walk up to the Fisher King, maybe on the opposite side as the crystal, and start asking questions. So, do
You said a
you
wisdom check,
feel
right?
any different?
You said a wisdom check, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is what he's gonna do with his eyes. Basically, he's shaking them from side to side. No, he does not.
I got a 13.
13? I mean, you've got lots of little green bubbles, because you just got flashed with this bright light. And it's a weird color, too, because it was pink, so everything's, like, now, like, a shade of color off because you gotta readjust. But, I mean, nothing feels different.
Idea, this is your subconscious. You have 4 more crystals to use.
So I'm guessing that you still aren't able to speak to us.
Again, you get the...
Rada, how does speak with dead work anyways?
Speak with dead?
Oh, that was what happened. I'm looking at it, trying to figure out what Tong is writing, and I can't make heads or tails of it. Okay, first of all, I know my handwriting is terrible, and secondly, it's coded.
I'm going to write this down for future posterity so that science knows, but I'm not gonna make it real.
She'll translate it later. Usually we speak with dead, at least, I'm pretty sure you ask 5 questions, and the dead person answers them to the best of their ability.
Oh, I don't know if our king here is dead enough to count for it, but he has answered 2 questions already by shaking his eyes. I'm guessing he can't open his mouth, so he can't personally speak to us. Dan kind of shrugs her shoulders. She doesn't know how this works.
You see the eyes shake again.
I'm gonna try some things. I'm gonna try something. Tong says as she closes her notebook and walks forward. And she is going to use detect thoughts.
Okay.
So as a reminder,
Detect thoughts is fun.
So it's 1
Yeah.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
Lasts for 1 minute. It's concentration.
Okay.
So for the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you
Okay.
cast the spell, and as your action on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature you choose has intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. What's most on its mind at the moment.
Okay, so as you're working your way up, the surface that you're getting are I am surrounded by idiots.
I couldn't agree more. Well, she doesn't say that aloud. She mentally projects
She's
that.
mentally projects that. Yeah, I'm including you in that. If you were actually intelligent, you would know that cold iron does not work on necromantic magic. Or wild magic. Wild magic is also normal magic. Necromancy is not. You killed that rock.
Well, to be fair, it is a taboo subject, so there's not much to go around.
Oh, yes. And I suppose you're one of those wizards that doesn't go around taboo subjects.
I have had numerous people do not go anywhere near such a subject.
Yeah? Someone should tell Bran that. Blessed my ass.
Bran.
Yes, Bran the Blessed did this to me.
If Tom shares any of it.
Out loud, who is this Bran the Blessed?
It's actually enough. Um, it is up to you two if you want to try. It would be an intelligence, because this would be like knowledge of local lore.
Knowledge.
And you're saying
This
this.
is an advantage because he's from the area. From the
So
area.
is that open to anybody being able to try?
Yes, just know that your DC is going to be higher.
Hidea is curious. I don't expect her to
I was
know.
gonna say I don't know either, but
Yeah, my 13's probably not it. Intelligence.
What?
Okay.
Intelligence, yeah.
12.
12, yeah. Brina has no idea. What did he do?
13.
Nope. Tooth, on the other hand, just barely got what he needed to know because he is
From that area.
from these islands.
What
And
about
he just
Rada?
goes, oh. I suppose, yeah, Rada could try too if she wants.
I
The
already
funny
said
thing is, you know who probably does know?
Erden.
Circumference.
He
There
would
it
have
is.
been told about this by the druids.
Oh, yeah, and Erden would have. Erden.
But Eridan's not here.
You know, um,
I'll have to ask him later.
Tooth goes, oh, I know who Bran the Blessed is. Why?
See what the state of the Fisher King is? He's the reason why. According to it.
Oh, that sucks. Well, guess you're staying like that forever, buddy. See ya. And he turns around to go to the door and he's like, how do we get out again? We knock, right?
Dude, you want to explain why you're reacting like
Because Bran the Blessed is a giant head. He's already dead. We're not fighting this guy.
that? What?
Yeah.
Giant head?
Yes. He was a giant, and then he got his head sliced off, and now he's nothing but a giant head.
Alright, so
Why does this make you think of Faith of Bow?
turning her attention back to the Fisher King, again, telepathically, he's like, what did he do?
He
Well,
cursed me.
okay.
Obviously. I don't know what he did. I don't use necromancy. I'm not insane.
Okay. Can you think of any reason why he would curse you?
Apparently, I'm a racist dick. And this is to teach me a lesson.
That seems kind of harsh.
You don't say.
Today, I'm realizing Tong is getting somewhere, but also kind of getting a little bored. Would like to investigate the crystal to see if it is currently dangerous.
Okay, give me a
I don't know if
knowledge.
that's Arcana.
Give me an Arcana.
22.
22. Whatever magic was in there is gone. But it does still seem to be magical.
Hmm. I have to think I made the crystal more dangerous.
Then how about we leave it here?
I could be wrong, but it's not a wild magic crystal anymore, but it still has magic.
I wanted to have absorbed necromantic magic, so let's just leave it here, Idea. I know you have other crystals, and I know you worked really hard on that necklace, but please, let's not bring that back with us. That could be a gift for the Fisher King. A gift of our attempt of helping.
I suspect he doesn't want it either. I could be wrong.
Well, you said that he answered you. Maybe you could ask.
Okay, this is a wild.
There's playing with fire, and then there's playing with the devil's fire, and I think we crossed the line, so I'm not gonna touch that thing.
Yeah.
What was that, Arthur?
Out loud, Tony is just gonna say, this is a wild shot. Rada, do you have remove curse prepared? Yes, I prepared it just in case.
I have remove curse prepared.
set?
I have remove curse prepared.
You're offering to heal somebody? Okay, that magic person had to have done something. Idea doesn't heal anybody.
It leaves a permanent mark. You should understand this. You tell stories about the things that people have done that leave their mark on history.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how long the Fisher King lives, but
You do to heal Tiberius.
he's not gonna last forever.
The reason why I'm asking is because it's a
Who
curse.
told him that? What was that?
And the reason why I'm asking is because it's a curse. Now, I'm doubtful this would work, given our capabilities and how famous this person sounds, and the fact that it's necromantic magic. But either of you want to try? Well, now's the time to try it. Though I have my doubts.
So do we go all out on this thing and like give it all the power we got, or do we just give it a shot? I guess the day is looking at Rada.
Yeah.
One person try, the other give it all they have. If trying doesn't do anything.
Makes sense to me. All right, Adea will cast remove curse at the regular third level.
Give me a second. Okay, you cast it, and you feel this powerful surge of magic head straight back for you. And you feel it hit you, Idea. And at first you're kind of like, whoa, it's like being doused with ice water, and it doesn't, and not ice water and bad feelings. And you're just like, oh, what? And then you blink, you look around, you're checking yourself, you're like, yep, all in one piece. And then you realize you don't know a single person in this room.
Oh no.
And you're not
Adea
sure why you're here. Or
What is it
where
with these
here
weird
is.
memory problems?
Adea blinks for a little bit and she looks around and she goes, "How did I get here? Did I get lost going to Stonehenge again?"
Yeah.
In fact, Idea, the last thing you remember is you were trying to go to the human world.
Wait.
Where's Tunnel as well when we need it?
An island next door. The closest island is Turnabout. Brina like sees the change in Idea's face, like, Idea? You okay over there?
I think I'm okay. Do I know you?
Oh no. Yes,
Rana
yes, you know us.
nods.
Idea, you know all of us. What's the last thing you remember?
I was going to Stonehenge. It wasn't very successful, but I haven't got there yet. But I was going. I was gonna find it. It's such an amazing piece of architecture. I have to see it.
Why don't you come over here? My name is Brina. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on. You Idea's just seeing this little gnome holding onto a drum. It's like, oh crap! Like just complete panic on her face. It's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. But the same time, it's just, but she starts kind of like cautiously walking towards you. It's like, I'm Brina. I promise you actually know me. You've just forgotten. And of course, Brina's like so tired, and she's like, I really should have just stayed back.
Did somebody drug me?
No, you just got hit by the wave of magic that is causing people to forget stuff, and you just got a huge dose of it.
That's fascinating. I wonder if it's permanent.
I hope not. Really hope not. Guarantee you also really hope not, because you're not going to remember a single thing that you've learned about cutting gemstones if it's permanent.
I've learned to cut stones in ways that I didn't before.
Yes, you have diamond cutting tools from Atlantis.
I have diamond cutting tools from Atlantis? Oh, that's amazing!
I can't hear you, Mary.
Brina just just gently grabs her hand and starts leading her towards the door. Or at least trying with all of her tiny gnomeness to lead her towards the door.
Anybody know what the deal is with that crystal? Can I take it with us?
No, don't touch it.
No, you definitely should. Go for it.
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up. She'll be fine.
Is there something wrong with the crystal?
Yes.
No.
That's a shame.
Like Brina's frazzled. Like you guys have never seen her actually yelling at anybody, and she's yelling at Tooth because she is tired. Dana just lost all of her freaking memory. We haven't really helped the king, and now we have a giant head that's apparently our new adversary because he cursed this king, and now we're probably on his bad side because of us trying to help the king. And Idea's wanting to pick up dangerous magic crystals just like normal, but she's not normal because she lost her memory.
You know, if it's just a physical flaw, a good gem cutter can still make a lot out of it.
Here. Let's leave it here. You have some other very nice gemstones in your bag, I promise. Don't go searching for them now, we'll search for them later. But you do. Just trust me.
Alright.
That seems...
Do either of my characters know of ways of removing curses without the spell? And going to the person that initially established said curse.
I will tell you, no. There is no other way. No one's ever been taught another way.
I'll be really sad if I don't get it back eventually, though. I was doing so good on the character arc of progress.
I would be so ticked if this is permanent.
It's as good as when Tooth aged like a decade. It's just like, well, I guess this is how I am.
To be fair, we got the option to fix that, and he decided to keep it.
He did.
Yeah.
Which I thought was 4 years, 4 decades.
Or yeah. He's a leprechaun. It was whatever the leprechaun equivalent of a decade for human.
Oh, Tanja says, well, at that point, there's nothing we can do. My apologies, but it really looks like you're out of luck until you this Bran person decides that you've had enough.
Hang on. He told me that a human would have to do it.
Human? Sorry, that's not my character.
And my supposed racism and hatred towards humans meant that a human was going to have to cure me. Convenient now that your human is gone.
Mm-hmm.
In Any other things that you wish to for us to inform your head guardsman?
Stop sending people in here to remove curse. That's why everybody keeps forgetting. Well, except for my own people. Bran did that. He wanted me to be the only one who remembered what it was like beforehand, so that we could see how blissful life is now.
Well,
The look on Eridan's face, and he's not even here.
Yep.
well, there's nothing that any of us can do. Farewell.
Yeah, not in the room. Can't hear the conversation. Still, yikes.
You just get this feeling like, something bad happened.
Oh no, it's the something bad happened. Oh, it's but nothing exploded. So exactly what I expected.
Dea's memory of the last several months exploded. Does that count?
Sabrina,
Here's the guy
yeah.
had to knock on the door then because he's already there and he was like, the guard will open the door. Any luck? I saw a bright pink light flash under the door.
Yes, and your king says to stop sending people in to remove the curse.
Why? Does he not want to be saved? Wait, you talked to him? How?
Telepathically. Like this.
No. It worked.
Yeah, the curse can only be undone by a human.
By a human. Oh, well, guess I better start looking for humans.
Ah, yes, and this was from this person called Bran the Blessed, and was supposed to. Reason for the curse was because your king was apparently being racist towards humans.
Huh. I don't call any of this, and Brad the Blessed's never been here, as far as I'm aware.
He also said that Bran also cursed the people to not remember.
Well, that explains a lot. Interesting.
So, I would recommend writing this down, possibly, in case you also end up forgetting.
Am I close to Stonehenge?
No, Stonehenge is in the human world.
Once again. I think.
Like, Sabrina's like her face, like she's trying to smile, but you can just Arnold can probably just see the panic in her eyes. It's like, my church.
Oh yes, and this is what
She
happens
got a
when
little bit of
people
a back.
remove curse.
She doesn't remember any of us, and she's been traveling with us for months.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Good luck with that. I need to go write all this down. Thank you for trying.
I have some paper on me if you need it.
What is paper?
It's like
Oh, we
papyrus.
got it in It's this flat stuff that you can write on.
I was just gonna go put the memories in a crystal. But thank you.
Got memory crystals?
You have memory crystals?
Don't all say?
No.
No.
That sounds amazing.
Well, yeah. We do, but I guess everything's made of crystal here, and it's a lot easier to just pop your memory straight in there to try and carve it on it. Yeah,
Makes sense.
diamond and all.
Does it have to be a special type of crystal to be able to use it for memories?
I suppose it has to resonate with magic.
Did that crystal we left back there resonate with magic?
Yes, you're not taking it.
They look slightly disheartened.
I'll walk you guys out. Come on. So, just like last time, he'll lead you back to the front doors, nod you on your way, and then he's gonna head back inside because he's got a lot to think about.
Adea's just taking it all in, just like the first time. She's like, this everywhere. And I have ways to cut them now.
Freedom just
Oh,
finds
I
out
don't know
how
how
to
to use those.
Someone get me some rope.
Oh, hey.
Freedom just like slowly, like just tightens her hold on Adea's hand, trying to make sure she doesn't run off.
I feel so untrusted.
Tooth's just like, I gotcha. And gives some rope.
Alright, Rada will
You guys
take the
knew
rope,
me. What did
tie
I
it
do?
around Adea's waist. Just like,
You haven't done anything wrong. You get very excited with all of the beautiful things around, and we don't want to lose you because you will wander off.
Adea looks so sad now that she's lost her freedom to go where she pleases because she's been tied down.
you've been child leashed. Alright, and when we're outside, Rada will use sending to Erden. He's like, we need to regroup. We know it's affecting the Fisher King. Meet back at the house.
And that's the whole sending.
Yes.
What was the sending?
Rada basically just told Erden to like regroup.
Mm-hmm.
And Ern sends back, sounds good. Glad to hear everything went reasonably well. I'm about to finish up here, and I'll be back.
All right. Well, you guys are making your way back. Erden, what have you been doing this morning?
Well, he's heard of these legendary diamond swords that these people have made that are pretty cool and stuff. So he wants to find out more about them.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
Gosh, dang it. Don't fail me now. Investigation, that's 14.
So, not far from where the forgers are, quote unquote. You'll find all the stands where they're selling the weapons and stuff, and other tools that'll go along with them, the special whetstones they use and things. There's a couple of them. It'll be set up, and they're all kind of amiably chatting with their visitors. Oh. You're welcome to listen in if you want, or see if you can get one to talk to you while you're looking about. The swords and the knives, and they've got some bows and arrows. They're all really pretty. Some of them are even colored.
And the swords themselves, are they like more short swords? Are there any like long swords at all, or?
No, they're all short swords. They're kind of in the Roman style.
iron. This was permanent. That would be so
And then
sad.
you'll see things that look like chocolate diamond. You got yellow, there's pink, there's blue. I think those are the most common colors of diamond.
Hmm.
Red as well. And a couple of greens. The greens seem to be rare. And honestly, as you hear them talking to other people, just bits and snippets, it's like hearing any other swordsmith talk about their wares.
Okay. Yeah, and wander around, look like he's browsing, and I don't, and kind of half listen in, and then wait until swordsmith it ends up being available.
There's one. Seems to be a woman she finishes up with, who she's talking to. She's sold them a couple of knives. Sends them on their way. Starts putting some baggies away that she pulled out. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, I hope so. So I had a couple questions about these types of swords. First of all, how would you compare their, I guess, magical resonance to, say, copper-based weaponry?
Let me check out diamond mineral properties. That will be fun.
Well, it's entirely carbon, so it won't have anything to do with magnetism.
Nope. But there could still be okay. They're about on par with iron swords. They're not really great with magic.
Okay. How about, I guess, magic resistance then, since, at least when it compared to iron then?
Not as
Resistance or absorption?
strong. Not as strong. But it will absorb magic.
Okay.
But it doesn't store it the way that iron does. Like iron will store it and it basically just pulls it out of action entirely. Diamond will absorb it and then kind of spit it out somewhere else in like pieces. If that makes sense. Like it fragments it and sends it off.
Oh, kind of like when you swing an axe wrong and wood splinters everywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that splintering directable?
No.
Okay.
It's kind of a cone. If you will.
I can see in my head is like a light going into a crystal and then a prism. like a prism. That's what it makes me think of, but it's a prism for magic, basically. I know I'm not there. I'm sorry.
No, but I was also kind of thinking along those lines, maybe, or something like that. Hmm.
Was there something you were wanting to use it for?
Oh, I was just mostly curious. I have another two swords, one of iron and one of
Ones, I
bronze.
think.
I was thinking of how a diamond would compare to these two, since they seem to cover two different ranges.
The thing with our swords, um, because they don't work well with magic and because of what they're made of, they're not usually used for combat. Um, diamond is very brittle, and so if you whack it just right, it's going to shatter.
So they're generally ceremonial.
Yes. I mean, we don't really fight wars or battles or anything. Nobody messes with us, so it's pretty ceremonial. Now, they're also the only weapons you can use against all the diamond animals that live here because they're the only thing hard enough to penetrate without having to worry about diamond cleavage. Because otherwise, you have to find the chinks in the armor, essentially.
Yes, those
Because
aren't very easy to find.
no, unless you know a lot about diamonds, your iron sword's not going to do a whole lot. It like it more than likely your iron sword would break. So a lot of the times these are ceremonial or used to protect property from a wildlife.
Okay. I guess just one last question. Do you have any general pricing when it comes to custom orders?
I guess it depends on how big the order is. Some of my smaller pieces, I only ask like I only ask for like maybe 2 to 3 gold, but for bigger ones, it'll definitely be more than that. Maybe a couple silver pieces at that point. This is the other world and everything's flip-flopped.
Yeah, don't have the conversion in front of me right now. Thank you, that's good to know.
Mhm.
And while I'm here, or at the very least in the area, is there anything else you guys uniquely do with diamonds?
Um,
Aside from your, frankly, amazing amount of construction.
I mean, they don't do well with magic, but they do fairly well with psionics, so we store memories in there. Better than writing it down.
You can store memory in crystals?
Yeah. Pretty simple, really. She'll actually pull the diamond out and she'll tap it, and then you'll be able to hear her own voice say, "Don't forget to do the order for uh, next week. We need to get that started now, or it's not going to be done on time."
And is that unique to your population, or can any Fae do it?
If you have any telepathic abilities, yeah.
And
In fact, we had the
Is this-
weirdest fellow show up a couple of months ago asking about it. He was wearing, like, the weirdest, I don't this really dark suit that had like red coloring on the inside, and he talked with the thickest accent I've ever known. He kept walking around with a pink rabbit.
The physician strikes again.
Hey, he can use those crystals.
Tong can as well.
Easy peasy.
And does I guess size of crystal limit how much memory you can put into it?
Yes. It's basically however many carats it is how many how much memory space you have essentially. We call them bytes.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Mhm.
Probably come back later at some point. Have a good day.
You too.
I imagine Ern probably gets the message at this point and starts heading back.
Like, oh, he's got the devil. Right. Okay,
Mama Rada with perfect
So-
timing as always.
we will reconvene at the stables.
Has the day have been let free?
Probably not.
mm, Can I trust you not to wander off?
Where am I not allowed to wander off to?
Stay here.
In the stables, or can I go in the house?
You're bunking with me. You can come in the house with me if you want.
Anyone know where my tools are?
They're somewhere in your bag.
That bag can hold all my tools?
Yes, it's a bag of holding.
A bag holding.
Say, Erden, you walk up just as she goes, this bag can hold all my tools?
You see
Well-
Rada holding like Idea on a leash.
And you see
She's
Brina.
very disheartened about
You
this.
see Brina just like losing her mind.
Aaron just
You
like
have
is
something
walking
that can
up,
fix
seeing
her.
all this. Here's
You
the
must-
question. It's like, yeah, it's a bag of holding. It can hold all sorts of stuff,
Oh,
except for
I
sharp
presume I
objects.
used to know you as well.
She doesn't know us. She doesn't know any of us. She doesn't know anything other than the last thing she remembers is trying to buy something.
Okay, Tootsie, this is the example I was telling you about the whole memory thing. Everything that you were going on about circumference.
Yeah. Well, I don't think any of you tried to cast Remove Curse when you all forgot about circumference. This is on you.
Oh,
Even
did
using her
did
curse on Idea would help.
so the remove curse didn't work? Oh,
Damn.
Aaron like sarcastically takes a bite of his baguette, like, hmm.
Yes, in fact, we've learned quite a few things. For one, the magic crystals are just normal magic. They will not work with the Fisher King's afflictions.
They wouldn't let me take it with me.
So that wild magic crystal that only works with other regular magic didn't work against the strange magic.
Correct.
I love how nobody's told Adea what she said literally like 2 minutes before she wiped her mouth.
So what else? So what other completely expected outcome happened?
Might be dangerous. It's not, but
The arrowhead did nothing.
Surprise, surprise.
Remove curse, erase today's memories.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that part, but I didn't expect remove curse to work.
The last thing she remembers is trying to find Stonehenge. Rada, like, Brain is like looking at Rada begging. He's like, please, please tell me that if you use Remove's Curse on Idea, the effects will go away.
I could try casting remove curse on myself.
No.
I don't trust that you remember how to do that.
It is actually in the list of spells that I had prepared when we originally created her, I'm pretty sure. Unlike all my 4th level spells, which are my favorite.
Oh, that's hilarious because she's not going to be aware she knows how to do any of it.
Fabricate and stone shape and wall of fire.
Not until the next morning when she's like going through her spells to prepare. It's like, wait, I know these spells?
The question is if she'll even look at it. She prepares the same spells every day.
Rada, please tell me that something will work. I mean, we could go back to Trinidad come as well. I just want Idea back. We already
I
lost.
don't think I've ever been to Con as well.
Like, she holds up this drum. She's like shaking the drum. It's like, we already lost him. I don't want to lose her too.
I mean, am I that different than who I was before? Those memories are important, I'm sure, but I'm not completely gone, right?
Not
Okay.
completely gone, but there's stuff that I would rather you know and understand. And I'm pretty sure you would rather know and understand. I'm pretty sure you would like to remember that you've been to Atlantis. Wait, Aaron, your sword. Bring me your sword. Show her the sword. See if that helps.
It sounds like I've learned so many cool things.
Okay. One thing at a time, Brina, please. Song.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. It's a great way to live.
Tong, please continue.
Rita just like looks at you. Like she's like really on the verge of tears now because it's like
Alright.
you're not saying this out loud, but like this is not enthusiasm. This is sheer
Desperation.
Tong telepathically to Ern will say in Saxon, this, however, did work.
That I completely forgot you could do that. That's actually pretty awesome.
Out loud. Yep, and we know how it happened. He was cursed
Okay.
by this person called Bran the Blessed.
Erden, I need you to give me a religion check.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where I wish I didn't sacrifice religion for performance.
You don't really have any regrets, though.
No, not really. 14.
That's enough. You've heard of Bran the Blessed. He was a story that the Druids used to tell. Thank you. Go away. So, you remember that it was from their book called the Mabinogi, and that Bran the Blessed was a giant king. And that his name basically means blessed crow. So He was the High King of the Island of the Mighty. And that he was in lots and lots of stories. One was about his sister, another king who had come basically from Aerie to ask for her hand in marriage. You know that in that story he was brought lots of gifts. Trying to find. You do know that he was in a great fight where he apparently took a fatal blow to the foot. And I don't know how you take a fatal blow to the foot, but maybe it is.
If your name isn't Achilles.
That's technically the ankle. Or the heel.
It's part of the foot.
True.
But he was protecting a black cauldron from his enemies, and that black cauldron supposedly could reanimate the dead. But he sacrificed himself in the process of trying to protect it. And it is said that his last instructions were to cut off his head and take it to the main island. So to Albion, and to bury it under the White Tower. But as far as you were aware, these were just stories. You know that he was used a lot as an example why you don't use necromancy, because he supposedly did, hence the cauldron that reanimated the dead. And it's not that he was necessarily a bad person, he just made some bad decisions. And all of this.
Like Ern here's Brand the Blend's just like, wait. Black Cauldron guy. The headless guy. The guy who's supposed to be buried under a white tower guy.
That would be him.
I mean, I think that was a underrated movie, but okay. Not in
I don't know
character.
which is harder to believe.
That was not in character.
Good movie.
I don't know which is harder to believe. The fact that someone unburied him from the tower, the fact that he was carried all the way here, or the fact that he would waste his time at this location.
Yeah, supposedly it was because the Fisher King was being racist towards humans.
And to be fair, he was never actually buried under the tower. As far as I know, those were not actually his dying words. That's just something people said. From what I know, from the stories I've heard, is that his head got lopped off so that they could steal the cauldron, and nobody knows where it is right now. So maybe the Fisher King stole it, and it's not about racism at all.
And you haven't gone looking for this
Sounds
extremely
like the world's most interesting
rare
cauldron.
artifact because
He wants to raise somebody from the dead. Maybe it wasn't even the Fisher King. Maybe somebody tried to raise him from the dead when he died, and it backfired because they didn't know how to use the cauldron. So he really is the Walking Dead.
I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure I can speak with the dead psychically, Tooth.
Have you ever tried before?
Fortunately, no.
So then maybe you don't know. Until now.
Happy Day was the other person that knew that we could now speak to the dead because of the pink light. This is not in character.
She did clue Rada in.
True. Good point.
Well, it
So
was
Rada and Tong both know.
It was. Idea said as much so that Rada was able to put the pieces together.
Oh, yeah, that hour is probably up at this point. So.
Oh yeah, good point.
So, did anything else happen?
Yeah, I thought of that too.
Only human can undo
Better
things.
not knows the password. We actually said that.
Yeah,
No,
so
the recovery question.
She doesn't know her account number.
Nope.
So my notes
you keep saying that name, and yet you keep not showing the body.
You guys don't remember him?
No.
Is
no.
that why you were so concerned?
Yes, we are the only two who remember him.
And
And
unfortunately,
he did
I think it comes as no surprise to anyone that I don't remember him.
and yet, sadly, we are
I
also the least
don't
trustworthy
really
people.
remember either.
Yeah, well, what would I lie about this?
No, now that's both you and Tong agreeing, you're either really pulling all our legs or you're actually telling the truth, so.
Well, which is it?
I would hope telling the truth.
If Adea has not been let free from her her rope yet, she would like to discreetly try to free herself with her dagger.
Give me a slide. What is it? It's not sleight of hand.
It is.
It's either sleight of hand or stealth, one of the two.
Probably Salcia self.
It might actually be better than it should be. I rolled a natural 17, and I have a plus. Do I need to do it at disadvantage because of my armor?
Yeah.
Ouch. Nat 17 became a natural 5. It's a 6.
Yeah, no. You're definitely going to catch the attention of our two passive perception royalty. There's like an argument, just like, I may be agreeing. What are you doing?
Rada takes her free hand, slaps Idea on the back of the head.
We missed that. Your mic didn't catch it.
Rada
But
slaps.
you are. Dominic.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what did you do?
Yeah, your voice is too high when you're doing that, and so your mic is
Fair enough. Hey, what did I ever do to you? I know you people. I do like you people, right?
Yes.
You tolerate half of them.
Yes, but as more or less as the parent of this party, I'm beginning to lose my patience.
I swear, I won't run off, as amazing as it all is. I just don't want to be stuck in this room.
Alright.
Oh, well, if that's the case, Rada let her go, and Ern actually, like, unhooks the bright heart and just like, here, study this, try and figure it out.
You made that sword, Idea.
I presume
Spoilers!
she does not remember making it. Does she recognize her own handiwork? Especially since some of it is not stuff that she currently remembers how to make.
I'll say she'll remember, like, she recognizes the basics, but yeah, all that fancy stuff she learned afterwards, she's gonna be like, wow, I did that?
She might recognize the gem cutting that powers the continual flame. I really have learned to do some amazing things.
Now, go
Do
ahead.
I have to go to
What?
remember these things again?
I don't know. Rada?
Where did I learn how to do this?
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
That's not close, is it?
No.
Do I have any feelings that by casting Remove Curse would move this amnesia onto me?
Give me an Arcana.
Guidance. Nope. That's the. That was a natural 4 with 2. And Rada's intelligence, which is a 1.
Yeah, you're really uncertain of what might happen. You're not sure if it'll backfire on you. You're not even sure that this is even considered a curse, since it was a non-curse that backfired on her in this way. You're not sure if there's like residual necromancy that is just kind of floating around. You're
So looking at Brina and Tongs, can either of you tell if there's any magic affecting Idea at the moment?
Thea is studying the sword. Man, this handiwork is amazing, and she's trying to figure out how it's done. She takes note of the continual flame. I love that this flame lasts forever. And I got the opportunity to use it, and I don't remember it. I presume it serves you well.
Oh yeah, it's actually really great. Actually, apparently the particular crystal we used actually makes it even brighter than normal.
Amazing. I must have done some good work.
I'll cast, Reno cast detect magic.
Right. Well, that's going on. So, do you want to stay another night, just to let our hosts know?
That would probably be courteous. Also, I'd like to have a nice stable location if I'm gonna talk to several deities.
Right.
Rena's casting detect magic on Idea.
I have no clue why or why not we'd be interested in staying here or how safe it is to stay here, so I don't have any input on this.
Are you ritually casting it? Yeah, are you ritually casting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have to. I can just use a spell slot.
Whichever you want to do. You can either take the time to cast it.
I'm using a spell slot because I want to figure out.
10 minutes is too long.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't have the patience anymore. Would you stop rubbing your face on my stuff?
Well, last detect magic on necromancy did not go very well either.
No, but at the moment she doesn't really care.
So you're sensing quite a lot of magic around her. You're sensing the magic from the sword. You're sensing the magic from her bag. The chaotic magic coming from the crystals.
I think all the other ones are in my bank account.
All the others are in her bank
Yes.
account.
Okay. So the sword, her bag, and around her, there is magic on her, like on her person. It's hard to tell because it's coming across as why can I not think of the name magic?
Is it like the inverted magic we were putting on the iron arrowhead traps?
Kind of, but it has this weird decay to it. Like, you can tell that this isn't stable. This is temporary, whatever it is. You just don't know how temporary. Like, is it going to be done by the end of the day? Is it going to be done in a year, 10 years, an hour? But there is definitely decay. and you can feel the energy heading towards decay. Dare I
Decay
say
is radioactive.
you
If
said
I
it.
knew
Not
that,
me.
she'd probably be really fascinated.
I totally don't have that on the brain right now because this week we're teaching our students about radioactive elements.
Cesium is the best.
Was there anything else, Jen?
Nope.
Okay, so, and there's no any ill effects towards me then. So, I mean, there's obviously the bag and the sword and her own faintness in general, but the rest of the stuff around her, Rada, seems unstable. Like, it seems temporary, but I have no idea how long it'll be. But it is definitely looking towards decaying, so at least the effects essentially should wear off.
That's really good news. They should work on more permanent magic. Well, maybe I don't want that in this case, but permanency is a lot more valuable than some people think.
Well, if it's temporary, then we don't need to worry about it too much. If all it is just memory loss, then we'll only need to be worried if it spreads to the rest of us.
Is it contagious? I've never heard of
Has
magic being.
memory loss spread to anybody around here? I wouldn't remember.
Well,
Have any of you been losing your memories recently?
Yeah,
Not as far as I'm
definitely.
aware.
some of us don't remember, but
Conference. You're all suffering from memory loss.
So is it safe to stay here? Is it related to here? Or did we forget before we got here?
No, you woke
you
up from.
forgot about 10 minutes ago. You forgetting is an anomaly that we know the cause of. The rest of us forgetting circumference, I have no idea. I don't remember circumference. Like, I don't think tooth and tongue are wrong, but I just don't remember. Rita's just gonna like sit down, like in the middle. Like, I know we're at the stables, and like she just sit down on the ground and just like hold a drum and just like.
Dude is gonna pull a piece of paper out and he's gonna doodle something onto it. And if you've seen Ice Age, it's gonna look kind of like how Sid tried to draw himself and then Manny, stuck the belly on there so it looks kind of goofy. That's his attempt to like draw circumference. He's like, it looks like this.
You play the drum.
No.
Is the drum special?
Well, the drum used to be a person.
How is a drum a person?
We don't know.
Godly interference.
I tried to avoid that when possible.
Arthur, was that Anna or Tom speaking about the waiting on the memory?
That was Tom.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So here.
I was pretty sure I wasn't wanting to be positive.
So here's the plan. We're going to stay here for another night, and then tomorrow we leave.
Score.
Can we go to Conless well to try and help Udea? I know we're on our way to the Library of Alexandria, but please.
It's pretty temporary, and I mean, you say it yourself, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how temporary is temporary.
Well, and Ern actually like taps it day on the back. Well, since we're only here for another day, I would recommend that you at least try and go back to the I guess the diamond carving area and try and at least learn what you can while you still can. And while Ern's tapping Adea's back, he'll use lay on hands to see if that'll do anything.
Ernan, you get shocked, like static shock. It makes your fingers tingly when you try to use that. It's really weird. It's like she's giving off energy and it hit you.
She's a battery.
So
You were
yeah,
teaching me
still
how to
not
cut
convinced
diamonds?
you.
But I thought I got the diamond cutting tools in Atlantis.
You did.
But they cut
Yeah, that's
diamonds here. I mean, that doesn't make sense. It's everywhere.
hmm
And I
Go
know
out and
somebody who's
buy
going to
them.
teach me.
Go out and buy more tools while you still can. Doesn't
I don't
matter
even
if
know
you're
what
a
tools I
member.
have. I mean, probably the ones I was carrying a few months ago, right?
They're about the size of your thumb, so you might want to, at least fix those.
Alright, someone else show it. Someone that knows the way, take over there. I'm really tired. I kind of want to take a nap.
Fair enough.
Oh, take her.
The forges are that way.
Cool. Well, let's go. All right.
Dea is happy to go. She is not being kept anymore by people that she presumably knows, but aren't always being nice to her. And now she can take in the wonders of the diamonds all around her again. Of
Make sure to have fun.
course.
Come back.
Okay.
Do I have a curfew? I'm not even going to ask. I will come back eventually.
I'll have to. This is where the food is. Unless you want to try Diamond Toad.
Diamond Toad. That'd be interesting. Is it actually made out of diamonds?
It is. They also like the taste of tongue.
Is it big enough to eat tongue?
Oh yeah, this is big enough to you.
That's a lot of diamond.
You have two of their eyes in your bag of holding.
She doesn't know that. They're walking away.
Tooth will definitely tell you, like, yeah, you totally got their eyes in your bag. And while they're walking off talking about diamond toes, that's going to end tonight. It's 10:30.
Yep.
That was far more entertaining than I expected.